Let me start with a truth that might shake you. Being chosen by God doesn't always look holy. Sometimes it looks messy. It looks lonely. It looks like everything in your life is falling apart while others are rising. You might not realize it, but the very chaos surrounding you could be evidence that heaven has marked you for something greater. Not every beautiful woman is chosen. Not every prayerful woman is chosen. But when God chooses you, He doesn't crown you immediately. He crushes you first. He purges, prunes, and prepares you in private before revealing you in public. And if lately you've been asking, God, why me? I have news for you. You might already be walking through the signs that prove you are a woman chosen by God. Let's talk about them. Sign number 1. You've been set apart, even when you didn't choose it. You never quite fit in, did you? You tried to be normal, to blend into the world's rhythm. But somehow, something in you just wouldn't allow it. You've always felt different, uncomfortable in shallow places, restless in compromise. That's not coincidence. That's calling. Jeremiah 1 verse 5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Chosen women are marked long before the world meets them. You didn't pick God, He picked you. And that divine selection will not let you blend in with what He's called you out from. So when people walk away or opportunities dry up, don't panic. God isolates who He intends to elevate. Separation is not punishment, it's preparation. Sign 2. You've walked through unusual pain, but it didn't kill you. Chosen women carry unusual oil because they've endured unusual pain. You've survived betrayals that should have destroyed your trust, storms that should have broken your faith, and losses that should have left you bitter. But here you are, still standing. Why? Because your pain had purpose. Romans 8 verse 28 says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose." Nothing about your suffering is wasted. Every heartbreak shaped your compassion. Every rejection built your endurance. Every tear baptized you for ministry. You didn't go through that for nothing. You went through it because you're chosen. When the enemy saw your future, he attacked your present, but he failed. Because the very wounds he inflicted became the evidence of your calling. Sign 3. You carry a fire for God you can't explain. Have you ever tried to ignore the hunger for God, only for it to burn hotter? You backslide, yet you can't stay gone. You get distracted, but conviction won't let you rest. You love God too much to quit, even when it hurts. That's the fire of the chosen. Jeremiah described it perfectly. His word is like a fire shut up in my bones. I am weary of holding it in. Indeed, I cannot. Jeremiah 20 verse 9. Chosen women burn differently. Their passion for God interrupts their comfort. They can't fit in with lukewarm believers because the Spirit keeps pushing them deeper. You weren't made to be casual about Christ. You were made to be consumed by Him. Sign 4. You face intense spiritual warfare. Here's the truth most people avoid. The more chosen you are, the more warfare you attract. Every time you try to move forward, something opposes you. Every time you try to rest, another battle starts. It's not just bad luck, it's spiritual resistance. Ephesians 6 verse 12 reminds us, "We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world." Hell recognizes your assignment even when you don't. You're not just another woman, you're a weapon. And that's why the attacks feel personal, because they are. But don't forget this. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. 1 John 4 verse 4. You're not fighting for survival. You're fighting for destiny. And the intensity of your warfare only confirms the weight of your calling. Sign 5. You crave purity and purpose more than popularity. At some point, the old you stopped feeling comfortable. You started desiring holiness over hype. You'd rather have peace than attention. You'd rather walk with God than walk with the crowd. That's a sure sign of transformation. Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Chosen women outgrow what used to satisfy them. The movies, the gossip, the validation. It no longer fills the void. You crave prayer. You crave purpose. You crave something real. And yes, that makes you seem too deep for some people. But don't let that discourage you. That's evidence of spiritual maturity. God is rewiring your appetite to match your assignment. The shallow can't understand your hunger for the deep. Sign 6. You feel the pain of others deeply. Chosen women don't just sympathize, they feel. You sense when people are hurting, even when they smile. You cry over others' pain as if it were your own. You care deeply, and sometimes it hurts. That's because compassion is the pulse of your calling. Matthew 14 verse 14 says, Jesus was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. God trusts you with emotional depth because he intends to use you as a vessel of healing. Your empathy is not weakness, it's divine sensitivity. You were never meant to be hard-hearted. You were meant to carry heaven's heart in a human body. So when you feel deeply, thank God. That sensitivity is proof that your heart still beats in rhythm with his. Sign 7. You're more interested in building than boasting. A woman chosen by God doesn't chase spotlight. She chases substance. While others compete, she builds. While others talk, she plants. While others perform, she produces. Proverbs 14 verse 1 says, The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down. You're not impressed by applause anymore. You're focused on assignment. You're not looking for validation. You're seeking fruit that lasts. That's what chosen women do. They carry wisdom beyond their age and peace beyond their surroundings. They know when to be silent, when to act, and when to wait on God. You may not be celebrated now, but heaven is watching. And when the time is right, God himself will introduce what he's been building in secret. So, woman of God, does this sound like you? If it does, stop doubting yourself. Stop downplaying your anointing. Stop calling your process a punishment. It's your preparation. You've been chosen for something sacred. That's why it's been hard. That's why it's been lonely. That's why it's been confusing. Because God is shaping you for impact. And when he's done, everyone who doubted you will have to testify that it was only God. This is your season to stop hiding and start rising. Heaven is calling you by name. So right now, lift your head and say, Lord, I hear you. I surrender. I accept the calling. Use me for your glory. If this message spoke to your heart, don't just scroll away. Type, I'm chosen in the comments. Let's fill this space with women rising into destiny. Let me start